You know how you can tell if you're fighting the wrong battles? If you are trying to control others, you're fighting the wrong battle. You can't control others. Past a certain point, you can only manipulate short-term behavioral results, but you can't change somebody's heart. That's why even the New Testament says, as much as it is possible with you, live at peace with all men. There comes a point where the peace of another person is not your responsibility. Your peace is your responsibility. And there comes a point where you have to say, that's not my battle. That's not my battle. I've done all I can do, but that's not my battle.
I'm your professor, I will test you in the worst way. Don't bring a scantron, it's pop quizzes all day. Cause of our chemistry, we do biology.
What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail, you saw the clip. And I'm going to go a few different places with this, but you can't control people. See, sometimes we've talked about how societies, men can conquer other men or other places. And truth be told, history shows you can conquer areas, but you can't control people. At some, people are going to be who they are. Even if you conquer them or conquer their area, you won't control them. You won't make them you. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. They're going to always be them, whether they're up or they're down, because you can't control them. You don't get to tell them, you're going to be me because I'm here now. Not going to happen. As a matter of fact, that's going to cause a war. Even after a person a group is quote unquote conquered. Try to control them and see what happens. That's why in America, we have these systems in place, because people realize I can't control another person, but I'll put these systems in so there's no person to actually go to war with. It's just a system, that, we act like, I don't know who's behind this system. I don't know what's going on. Because if it was a direct people, we already know it wouldn't end well for those people. Thus, let me put this caveat in there. Some people, if you make it a racial situation, you might have white people like, well, you ready to go to war? It's like, oh, are you? Because people are going to be coming for you. See, when you say you ready for war and you want a war, people are coming for you. I know, a lot of these people think that, I'm ready for a war and I'm ready to go, but they think they're going to hide behind a bunch of other people. No. You ask for stuff, they coming for you. Then that tough guy talk don't really hit the same when people are kicking in your front door, because you want to hide behind a group. And this is what I mean by you can't control people. Now, the pastor was talking about a part where he was like, if I'm at peace, your lack of peace, your chaos is not my issue. And in America, that's a big thing, in my opinion, where we assume that if you're in a chaotic state, that your chaos is my issue. And it's not, That's why you see a lot of separation in the United States of America, because people forgot, or they act like they forgot a simple principle. Good fences make good neighbors. Because I keep what I got over here, you keep what you got over there. And I ain't even talking about stuff. I'm talking about, I'm going to keep my peace over here, you're going to keep your chaos over there. Or vice versa. So we had this thing going on where people think that, If I'm chaotic, I can impose my chaos on your peace. Or if I'm peaceful, I can impose my peace on your chaos. Ain't finna happen, dog. You might want to keep that to yourself. You know, the hardest thing to do, ow, I'll scratch myself. The hardest thing to do is change culture. Yeah, you know, it's football season is upon us at the time I'm making this video. And you see it every year, you know, just using sports as an analogy. Some organizations have a very hard time winning. And some organizations have a very hard time losing because they have they have two different cultures. One has cultivated a culture of winning, and one has cultivated a culture of losing. And the one that loses has a hard time, a very hard time, you know, flipping the switch and changing that losing mentality to a winning mentality. And on the flip side, the winning culture has a very hard time changing that winning culture into a losing mentality. Because like, look at the walls, look at all this stuff around here. We don't play like that. We're not losers over here. Let's get it. But in both cultures, if you have if a place with a losing mentality has somebody with a winning mentality, and they're really dead set on still being a loser, they're gonna get rid of the person with the winning mentality. They're doing too much. They're ruffling too many fellas. This ain't. They're not a good fit. Now, vice versa. If you get somebody with a losing mentality in a winning environment, and they keep just, you know, trying to sabotage the environment, they get rid of them. Not a good fit. This person doesn't want to win. They don't want to win. This is not what we're doing. You got to go somewhere where they're comfortable doing what you're doing. And you realize, you can't impose your culture onto somebody else's culture that's already existing. It ain't gonna go well. And I think about it because, like I said, in America, it's funny because we want to call this place a melting pot, but at the same time, we want to assimilate everybody. And at the same time, you need the diversity for a myriad of other reasons, you know, primarily because it's profitable. Let's just be honest about that. And you realize if I try to make everybody the same and what do you call that? I was about to say homogenic, but that's genes. A monolithic society where everybody thinks the same and goes about everything the same way. Then you're gonna realize you're really gonna get nothing. Nothing. This America is gonna be a complete failure. I mean, as far as trying to be great, I don't think it ever tried to be great, but that's a whole nother story. Because what you see is a bunch of different people fighting different battles. You see a bunch of different ideologies competing. Not necessarily at war, because I was about to say at war, but competing for what philosophy is better, what culture is better, what approach is better. How can you improve on it? And sometimes you change what people's stereotype to what the prototype of success is because, you're different from the prototype. And then you basically, if you're good enough, you become the prototype. Even if you didn't fit the previous prototype. So, what you can't do is, reinvent the wheel in a sense. You can't say, we're not doing this, we're not, you're going to do it my way or the highway. And it's like, I became my way or the highway this. Your way is not good. Not for me. I got to do it differently. And what I've seen is, you know, I've seen the apologies of people who tried to impose their will on another person to do something their way, and that way didn't work. And then it's like, I wasted your time. I'm sorry about that. No. Sorry ain't gonna cut it. Sorry ain't gonna cut it. Because when you're trying to control people, the only person you should really be trying to control is yourself. Because the only reason you try to control other people is because you can't engage with people unless they're like you. And the difference as far as like when I say you can't control somebody, when you want somebody to be like you, you know, as the clip would say with Denzel, if you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too, because somebody might be just like you, and then they're gonna show you the side of you that you ain't gonna like, that they dealt with, and they gonna have the same amount of apathy that you have, and then it ain't gonna be cool. It ain't no fun when a rapper got the gun. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
You ever been to the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you there.